After a busy afternoon of touring caves in Waitomo, we hurried across country to Rotorua. A town on the south shore of Lake Rotorua. Rotorua is a thriving town, and it knows what tourists look like, and it knows how to deal with them. But there I did almost all of my video recording at the Mitai Maori Village feast, performance, and jungle walk. The Maoris treat their guests to their performances and displays before sitting them down to a feast. First, we tourists are led on a jungle walk.
Look at this, David.
These clear springs are called fairy springs, and they're sacred to the Maori, and for good reason. They give rise to waters that furnish habitat for populations of fish, native and otherwise, I believe. Now multitudes of tourists have been gathered at the creekside to see Maori warriors in their traditional canoes.
That was only rowed by the men in past times, and it was a canoe that was seen before going into warfare, whether that was travelling across the lake or travelling on the sea. They usually travelled in the thousands, and they would travel on the canoes that you will see before you very shortly. So in this moment, I would like you to get all your cameras ready, folks.
Our host has us tourists pretend we're a foreign tribe, which we are, and to their hail, "Are you friendly?" we are to answer,
Aye.
Very good.
Their approach, however, does not look particularly amicable. Their chanting, sounding very bellicose, can be intimidating. But their gestures of defiance can be downright disconcerting, if not even comic. I don't know, but what an extended tongue might be equivalent to a raised fist. Next, we were paraded through a mock-up village surrounded by a stockade. This tour was conducted without any commentary from a docent. The next presentation, which I'll call a theatrical show, was performed before a stage set. Our docent, whom I'll refer to as the MC, continued the fiction that we in the audience were a visiting tribe. One of our tribe volunteered to be a chief and give an introductory speech, and a Maori spokesman translated the Maori chief's welcoming speech to us.
He then acknowledged Sky Father, Rangi, and Earth Mother, Papatuanuku. These two take care of our day. Sending thoughts and remembrance to our ancestors of our tribe, we the tribe of Ngāti Whakaupe, before our chief acknowledged you, you the great visiting tribe of the living.
Speeches are followed by the pre-prandial entertainment. We've seen Maori performances like this in Oahu at the Cultural Center. And I noticed that, like the Hawaiians, the Maoris have made much use of the guitar since it was introduced to them. Soon it's time to feast, and we're shown how the food is cooked in an earthen pit. Notice the docent's reference to cooking flesh, and especially human flesh, as the Maoris were cannibals.
Word in which we use for the preparations of our food. Now, traditionally, the term hagi actually meant the cooking of flesh or the cooking of other humans. Pre-European and once upon a time before colonization, the Maori were actually cannibals. So we place a bundle of wood, and then on top of that mountain of wood we have our hagi rocks or our oven rocks. Now these rocks are particular rocks that we take from the river, and they are certain rocks that can hold the heat, which are very good for cooking. Our Chief Bios, if you can come forward, please. Come forward over here.
Notice the chief of the tourist tribe has to come forward and accept the feast.
Now watch your step, Bios. We do have a little step over there.
I did not make a video recording of the feast itself. We were seated at a table with a young honeymooning couple for whom our 50 years marriage served as both model and inspiration. At least they said it did. Finally, we were taken back to the jungle walk for a nighttime nature walk, but I did not record that either. It was dark. If there's one thing everybody knows about New Zealand, it's that it's home to the curious ground-dwelling bird called the kiwi, now threatened with extinction and protected. Nocturnal birds, they're active only at night, and we saw one in an enclosure. In the dark, it was black against black, and so this is a pretty good idea of what we saw.